welcome to my YouTube channel. I have just come back from walking Max this morning. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 10:01 a.m.
It's 10:01 a.m. Now guys, you know, when a woman reaches 50, she knows she's getting old. She doesn't need to know and be reminded about it. But all I keep saying to people that is, you know, ageist. So when a woman gets past 40, she's, you know, past it. She can't get acting roles. She can't do this. She can't do that. You see, people are ageist, and they replace older women with younger models. So, you know, this is an ageist society we live in. When I was younger, when me, Crystal, was younger, in my 20s, I didn't have the confidence to speak. I didn't have the confidence to be who I was because I was suffering domestic violence. So I lost out in my 20s. In my 30s, I was bringing up children with Max. So in my 30s, I spent most of my 30s bringing up children. And when I was 37, I had my fourth baby. So I had a baby late in my 30s, right? So I spent a lot of my 40s, you know, looking after children. Then I split up with my husband, and it wasn't until I'd left my husband and found out who I was, what I wanted to do, and I found my voice, that I started to come alive and be myself. So, my father ruined my childhood. I had no childhood at all. I wasn't allowed to have boyfriends. I wasn't, you know, my friends, he didn't want my friends to find out what he was doing to me. So I couldn't have friends. I couldn't bring them home. So in my teens were ruined by my father. I was married at 18. So you know, my 20s and 30s were taken up with children and looking after kids. And I had a bad relationship. So I didn't start growing and being me until well into my 40s. And now I'm 53. I'm really finding my own, becoming really independent and not needing anyone anyway. So, you know, it's not always fun when you're a kid, when you're a teenager, and when you're in your 20s. A lot of people do find themselves in their 40s and 50s. There is nothing wrong with that. You be you, and, you know, this is an ageist society. You know, you've got to be pretty, you've got to be 16, you've got to be this and that. No, you haven't. You have not. Everybody, elderly, has something to contribute to society, right? You don't just get rid of people because they're old. Replace them with younger models, but it won't be the same. It won't be that same person with that personality. It will just be a clone, somebody that's similar, somebody that's, you know, doing the same things, but it's not that original person, right? And going grey, right, doesn't mean it isn't you still. Whether you cut your hair, whether you change your appearance, it's still the person inside that matters, it's not the look. Right? So I took Max out for a walk. I have to say this because this is what happens. I got woken up this morning by loud bangs on the ceiling by the neighbour's kids upstairs. He's a male. His car was parked outside an old lady's window of about 80. So he parked opposite, outside an old lady's window. And a blonde woman came walking down the road with really short shorts on, and she's got a partner. She's got an Asian partner, but she walked down by the side of my neighbour's car she's with somebody. So she walked down the side of my neighbour's Ford Mondeo, you know, half undressed, it's cold, it's raining, most people have got trousers on and jackets, and she's walking down the side of the Ford Mondeo with half her clothes on, right? So me, I'm a woman, and I'm interested in men, so it's all about blondes today, blonde women. So me went for a walk onto the fields, and there was about 4 or 5 blonde women walking dogs. No men, 5 women walking dogs, all blonde. And there was one elderly man talking on his mobile. Grey haired, short hair, shorts and a t-shirt, talking on his mobile. The grass is wet. It's been raining. Right? It's not that warm out there. This is what I went out on the field dressed like. Because when you walk through the grass, you don't want wet legs. So I've got leggings on. Couldn't really let Max off the lead. There was women everywhere. And I came back, and there was a big black van with Lob as the number plate. Alexa, what's a Lob?
As a noun, Lob can have a few meanings. 1. A projecting part, usually rounded, forming the handle of a door, drawer, or the knife.
Alexa, stop. No, a Lob. There are various meanings of the word Lob, right? I'm not stupid. I've been around. I don't mean that in a nasty way, and I do know sexual terms. And a lob is when a man, it's not an erection, it's a lob, right? So we have this red car coming down the road with UGG on it, UG, and this black van with Lob as the number plate. So what somebody's saying is, I'm so ugly, nobody can get an erection. That's what this evil person means. I'm so ugly, a bloke can't get an erection. And that is what my ex used to get so drunk. He used to come up to my flat so pissed he couldn't get an erection. And that's not unnatural if you're drunk to not to be able to get an erection. If you're drunk and you're full of drugs, you're not going to get an erection anyway, whether someone's ugly or beautiful. But these are exclusive number plates. They're exclusive, and someone's like a real boy in Toyland, a bit like Michael Jackson in Never Never Land. They've got so much money with all these exclusive number plates, they're having a fine old day taking the piss out of me and my expense, aren't you? Lazy lob, fat, ugly. There is a number plate, ugly actually, it spells out ugly, I've seen it. Sainsbury's, Og, lorries. Well, if I'm so fucking ugly, why don't you just fucking leave me alone? Why don't you bog off and test to somebody else, you fucking tool? See you later.